season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. First play, Mahomes looking to throw it.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
And this intercepted on the first play of the game. It's Deonte Banks with it. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game. And I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They've been pretty solid against the pass, toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here's Pacheco once again.
Breaks through the contact. Wrap up. Still moving. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Back to throw here. And the Chiefs are going to get him. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. 2nd and long. Looking middle, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 41-yard line. The Raiders on the move, a couple of big plays in succession. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. He'll drop to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the side.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt.
Back deep for KC, Xavier Worthy.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
A big play there on the catch and run. 42 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
It's Deontay Banks with it. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
They'll look to throw again. Here's a diving catch right side. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a 1st down. These two teams all tied after one. 2nd quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Throw left side taken in by Miller. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 9 now. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. In motion, the tight end. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
That's laid out deep for Rice. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is what...
And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. 2nd and 3. And this will be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. Rolling to his left. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. To throw, it's Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
To the sideline and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Gets through and now an opening. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 17-yard line. That third down conversion good for 23.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Mahomes. Under pressure, they got him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Mahomes going to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And his kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
For the returner, Trey Tucker going to bring this one out. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They'll drop to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
They'll set up to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet? Oh, I've got the exact play to dial up.
No, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. Pulled in at the 24. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
Partner, normally double coverage is reserved for receivers and tight ends, but this time they actually targeted the running back with it, and it still wasn't enough. He attacked the defense and got in a great position to haul in the catch and get a nice gain out of it.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That one will send him back nearly 10 yards here on first down to sack. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On play action, they'll throw. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And the Raiders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
Catch is made by Hardman.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now here's Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score.
Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, right at the 40. They'll look to throw here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Raiders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And now here's another interception. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. They go play action here on first down.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Back to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Raiders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Being chased out left. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Xavier Worthy, 31 yards. And the Chiefs have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. Rolling to his right. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. 32 yards.
And the Raiders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10, right at the 30.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 101 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now. They go play fake. Mahomes forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes.
That is caught.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. To throw, it's Mahomes.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
That's caught left side by the tight end, Gray.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
They'll run here with Pacheco.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal.
They'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco
from 6 yards away.
And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it.
And oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Raider 1st down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here.
A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire.
Hey, wake up, shot calling. Pay what I bought it. New crib, psychotic. I'm so iconic. Fly down to see the islands. She ain't even bring a wallet. They don't get it, but I got it. I'm so iconic. Yeah, straight out the Lennox. That phone for hours. I'm straight out the minutes. They calling up Dion. They're straight out the business. We take out the Sims and then take out percentage. Period, break out the minutes from capital M. Now we straight out the sentence. They pay out the payout. The payout, I'm finished. Then grade out the Lakers. The Bay watch the women. I gon' meet your mate. Lord, please don't save them. Minor bumps as I've been paving the road. I go to sleep, go major. Silver too, but I've been playing for gold. The metal keep close range. I cleaned up, still dangerous. Can't change West Philly raised. Wake up, shot calling. Pay what I bought it. New crib, psychotic. I'm so iconic. Fly down to see the islands. She ain't even bring a wallet. They don't get it, but I got it. I'm so iconic. Got your stacks up, but you ain't got no rings, yeah. Got my stats up, I'm living out my dreams, yeah. Stretch this condo, I can fit a limousine, yeah. Ain't that ironic? I'm so iconic. This be my tunnel music. Like cut that like confetti, I'm running through it. Let's play that whole lane, I'm running through it. And if they run at me, let my youngins do it. I just married, I'm honeymooning. I got hot on my own and ain't nothing coolin'. I don't punch in no clock, a sun and moon and I'm shot bullet, proven, let it go. Wake up, shot calling. Pay what I bought it. New crib, psychotic. I'm so iconic. Fly down to see the islands. She ain't even bring a wallet. They don't get it, but I got it. I'm so iconic. Got your stacks up, but you ain't got no rings. Hell yeah. Got my stacks up. I'm living out my dreams. Hell yeah. Stretch this condo, I can fit a limousine. Hell yeah. Ain't that ironic? I'm so iconic. I'm so iconic. Yeah. I'm so iconic. Yeah. They don't get it, but I got it. Ain't that ironic? I'm so iconic.
I think he knows when I play with him like that, when I say to him like that, have my with him like that. I think he knows when I play with him like that, when I say to him like that, that he's coming right back. She's a provocateur, dance floor connoisseur. Weeks on Friday for sure. Tell the girls we're taking a detour. Give him help, yeah. Get these boys out, yeah. She does it well, oh yeah. I do it myself, oh yeah. Candy necklace on my hips, butterflies on my wrist. Put your hands on me like this. Need to glow head to toe. DT, she's gauzy. Give her one kiss just softly. Tease him and get him me. I think he knows when I play with him like that, when I say to him like that, have my with him like that. I think he knows when I play with him like that, when I say to him like that, that he's coming right back.
Like ice cream on Shanty, playing in AMG. Let it rain on me. On my head, boys, I'm on my knees like that. Lord, please pray for me. Save your grace for me. Say, boy, what you want? Eat that, eat that, eat that, eat that. Shoot in my mouth, shoot in my and one. Okay, on the real, I'ma take his out. I'ma take him from his. On the real, I think he knows.
I think he knows when I play with him like that. I think he knows when I say to him like that,
therapist, I'm like Mushu. Love me, my go-to. Love a team blind on top like Goku. Just left Nobu, back in my dojo. Channel like Aura, got the whole Roku. Been big dog from the Totoro told you. Wait, don't even know you. Step right, I'm a long trip. Look at my VIP. Snicker my. Won't break, won't miss. Rich took his check out. We talking start like ball high, pretty face guy like bruh. How do I exist? In the gym every day, I'm a miss. So my daddy like boy, don't blow my assist. I got it. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this.